Hey guys, it's me David and welcome back to Building Mandalore Week 14. Whew, what a week we had. Disney Plus launched. We got The Mandalorian this week. You guys know I've seen it. I've seen the first and second episode that came out today, Friday. All I can say is just positivity. I absolutely love what Lucasfilm and Disney are doing here, especially the second episode. I thought that was just a ton of fun. No spoilers, but I will be talking about a little bit more about the Mandalorian episode at the end of the video, and that'll be a little more spoiler heavy. So we'll talk about it at the end because I do have some thoughts and I want to share it with you. And it kind of makes sense. We're building Mandalore, talk about the Mandalorian show a little bit here. But we took a week off last week, and so what I actually ended up doing is kind of like a 13.5 week 13.5 episode, which is where I hosted a live stream for the first time for I've actually never done that for Kashyyyk, Crate, or Scarif. I never did a live stream on any of them, so this is the very first time I did a live stream last week. It's actually very popular. I think the video has like 30,000 views, which is pretty good for a live stream of 3 hours long. So if you want to check that out, if you missed out, it's out there on my YouTube channel. Basically, in that video, I make the fourth air vent. So if you guys remember in week 13, we only had enough parts to make 3. We make that fourth one, and then we also make this other little panel that's going to connect it in the larger wall. And I will catch you guys up with that here as soon as we jump into the video. I'll catch you up with all that we did in the live stream, so don't feel like you absolutely have to go see the live stream to figure out what I did. I'll catch you up here in just a second. But that's what happened. I did go down to Florida, visited my friend Javier. That's why we didn't have Building Mandalore last week. And so we have week 14 this week. And I am telling you right now that there is a ton of building to be shown. I can't wait to show you guys. We are replicating basically everything that you see behind me on this side. So I've been talking about that for a while, that we were going to, once we had this side done, that we were going to basically replicate or mirror image this side to that side. And that's exactly what we're going to start today. But I say start, but I mean, I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of building, and we're going to do it all time-lapse style. So that's right. This entire, no more of me talking. It's just going to be pure time-lapse with some cool music, and it's like, I think it's going to be like a 5-minute time-lapse of me just purely building, no interruption. So without ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video right now, guys. All right, guys. So jumping back into this week of Mandalore, first off, you'll notice I finally cleaned up this floor. If you remember from 2 weeks ago, it was kind of it was a disaster. Let's be honest. Things were everywhere. Parts were on the floor. It wasn't pretty. I'll be honest. So I went ahead, cleaned it up, added this table here, this long thin table. I know it probably still looks kind of chaotic to you guys, but to me, it's a good organization system with how I have all the parts here lined up, and I know where everything is, and I even have stuff on the floor here, and I have some stuff here. You know, I know where those bricks are, empty bins. I got, you know, these bins right here, so it's working out in terms of that regard. I know it seems weird, but hey, everybody has a different way of organization. If this doesn't make any sense to you, by all means, do a different system, but just thought I'd let you guys know that I finally cleaned it up, and now I should be a little bit more efficient with my building when you clean up your leg room. So when you're knee-deep into a mock and your room is a disaster, take the time to clean up the room. It'll help you, I promise. So coming off from last week, we did a live stream instead of an actual episode or a weekly segment of Mandalore. And so in that live stream, if you missed it, we added the fourth air vent generator. I'm just going to call it that. Seems like everybody's on board with that name. And then I also added this panel right here that's actually going to be integrated with that back wall. So if you can still go check out the live stream if you want. It's fully up on my channel, so if you want to take a look at that, you can see me building this air vent right here and this panel in real time, both of which took, I think it was 3 hours of building. So that should just give you an idea how long it takes to make these air vents. It's a slow burn to build them. They're not as easy as they might look. But yeah, now we have all 4 generators. We have that panel, and I think that last panel really adds to the mock. So it's looking really great, so I'm very happy. All right, so this week, what are we doing? We are actually going to be building this entire wall right here. So enjoy it while it's empty, and it's going to look so much better while we build this wall. And what better to do that than a time lapse?
So we're going to be replicating this entire wall. It's going to be basically a mirror image over here. We're going to go into time lapse, and that's all this episode is going to be. This is the last of me talking till the end of it. Is lots of time lapse of me building this wall, and then hopefully we'll also have time to actually start building the structure here for the third floor. Probably just the inner superstructure, not the flooring, and definitely not air vents. That'll have to wait till next week. But yeah, so what I'm specifically talking about is this whole thing right here, this whole structure that's holding up the air vents right now. This thing is what I'm talking about in terms of building it. But first, let's go ahead and focus on this wall. It's going to look so good once we put it up over here. I cannot wait. So without ado, let's go ahead and jump into this very long time lapse. Sit back and enjoy, guys. And here it is, guys. I got the entire wall done, 100% complete now. So it completely matches this wall over here, just like I said. Hope everybody enjoyed that nice and long time lapse. I actually really enjoyed building this area. I thought it might be like a little annoying because it's just like the same thing, but surprisingly it was fun, engaging, and I didn't feel like it was a drag, so that's nice when building feels like that. But I'll tell you, I mean, if we back up here and we see both sides now, like that really helps Mandalore. Like that looks really good, finishing up that side. Now you get like a much better idea of the entire size of the mock now. So yeah, that looks really good that both sides are fully complete like that. So very happy. And then you also see towards the end, I did start working on this inner structure, and I actually would have gone a little bit further than where I'm at right now. I especially would have finished this off to at least match this. But I haven't run out of these 2x6 reds. It's just a matter of breaking them down from crate. So I just ran out of time basically. You can see all I have is like 2x4 and smaller bricks left in that bin right there. So I'll have to spend the next week basically just tearing apart more parts of crate in order to get more bricks to finish this area up. And then of course I still got to put the large beam together. So that we'll finish that up next week, where we'll put that panel right here. We'll do the large beam. We'll probably get this panel right here. So we'll make a copy of this, and hopefully we'll get to the air vents next week as well. But yeah, quite a difference, I would say, how much all of this right here made. I mean, it's a significant amount, and here, I'll see how far I can step back so you can get the whole view of the whole mock now. Yeah, that looks great. But yeah, so that's it, guys. That is this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I certainly did. Can't wait to see what you guys think. But yeah, next week we'll finish up this area up here and get some air vents and all of that made. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the time lapse, and we'll go ahead and head on out.
All right, so what do you think? I'm pretty excited, guys. This looks really, I'm surprised just by finishing that side of the wall how different the mock looks now. Like, it feels almost like a little bit more finished. I don't know how to really describe it, but I think a lot of you will feel that feeling that I am feeling. So next week we will again continue and hopefully build some air vents, put in those panels, and get that all done. I have parts on the way. I've ordered 2 things. I don't know where they are, but I have a bunch of tiles on the way, and then I have a bunch of those large translucent light blue brick pieces on the way as well, because I kind of need them for the back wall area. But once we finish this side, which will probably, I want to say in the next like 2 weeks, we'll have it done. So we'll definitely have this side done in November, or done by the end of November. And so once we get that done, we get to finally work on the back wall. So we are getting very close to that, and the back wall means that we're actually getting very close to finishing the mock. So yeah, I'll address closing, finishing goals probably in the weeks to come, but thought I update you on that. We are getting closer to getting the bigger part of the mock completed. Last thing I just want to talk about is The Mandalorian. So the show launched, and to my surprise, especially in the first episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about spoilers here. So if you haven't seen the show, unfortunately, go watch it. Disney Plus is free for those of you who have it available in your country. I think it's sadly only in 4 countries right now. I don't envy, but I'm so sorry for you guys in the UK who can't get Disney Plus. But you can pirate it. You didn't hear that from me. But yeah, so Mandalorian Episode 1, which was surprising. 2 things. One is that we see the Mandalorian clan, at least on that planet that we don't even know the planet name as of right now from the first 2 episodes. So we see that there's a whole bunch of Mandalorians with the whole armor and all of that. So I'm looking forward to that. But I think the bigger thing is we see a quick flashback of, I believe, the Mandalorian himself in his childhood. It looks to me that the flashback is literally him in like this, robe type of thing. And we've seen from the trailers to The Mandalorian that is what's happening in those flashbacks is a Clone Wars segment of, and I'm just going to speculate here, it looks to be Mandalore being invaded by the droid army, the Separatists. And if that's the case, we're going to have this Mandalore, this right behind me, in live action form. I believe the episode that's going to show this full-on flashback in its entirety is going to be episode 5, so we won't get it for a couple more weeks. The reason why I say that is episode 5 is written and directed by Dave Filoni, who is the basically the full writer and director of Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which is what I'm basing this whole thing off of. So a lot of speculation here. But I'm just saying that I think that flashback is totally Mandalore, and that's totally a Separatist army invading that. and that very much could be from the whole Siege of Mandalore from the Clone Wars series that we're getting in season 7. So, lot to be excited about here, guys. I am very, very hyped for the Mandalorian show. I'll give you my thoughts if there's anything that comes up in these next couple episodes as we go on through building Mandalore. I'll give you some more thoughts on that. All right, that's gonna be it. Hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. I'll see you guys next week, and bye-bye.